What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing an NFL Week 14 preview, and let's begin. So, the first game of the week, Steelers at Vikings, tomorrow's game. This one's a game that I was going back and forth with. I really didn't know who to pick, but I'm going to pick the Steelers to get the win. I have the Steelers winning it 21-20. And the Saints at the Jets. This one's not really that fun of a matchup. I got the Saints winning it 24-17. I think it'll be a little closer than you may expect because of all the injuries that the Saints are dealing with. Then the Falcons at the Panthers. I got the Panthers winning again against the Falcons 28-20. Then the Seahawks at the Texans, very underwhelming matchup there. I got the Seahawks winning it though, 30-20. This should be a big statistical game for Russell Wilson. Then one of the bigger games of the week, Raiders at Chiefs. My Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Raiders. The Chiefs blew out the Raiders last time they played. They dominated them offensively and they dominated them defensively. I think they'll be able to win, get the win against them, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer this time. Got the Chiefs winning it 24-20. Then the Ravens at the Browns. They played 2 weeks ago, and then the Ravens played the Steelers this week, and now the Browns had a bye. So the Browns have they have back-to-back games against the Ravens. It's just they have a bye week in between them. But they've been focusing on the Ravens pretty much for like the last almost an entire month, just focused on them while the Ravens were busy getting beat by the Steelers. So I'm gonna pick the Browns to win this one. The Ravens have won a lot of the last, pretty much all of the last meetings. I think they've won the last 5. I'm pretty sure Baker Mayfield has never beaten Lamar Jackson head-to-head. It's in Cleveland. I think this is the game where the Browns are gonna do it. I got the Browns winning it 20-17 in a game where they really need. Another big game, Cowboys at the Washington football team. This one's an interesting one. Last year, Washington blew them out twice. But that's a little bit different here because then the Cowboys did not have Dak Prescott and Washington did have Alex Smith. Now the Cowboys have Dak Prescott and Washington has Taylor Heineke, who has been playing well though. It's in Washington. This is a massive game. If Washington wins, they're only 1 game behind Dallas and they'll have tiebreaker. I think Washington is going to get this win. I don't think they're going to win the division, because that means I think they would need to sweep Dallas, and I don't think they're going to beat them both games, but I do think they can get them this week. And I got the Washington team winning in a low-scoring defensive battle, 17-16, and a tight one. Then the Jaguars at the Titans. Titans coming off a bye, trying to get back on track. No better team to get back on track against than the Jaguars. I got the Titans winning it 27-17. Then the Giants at the Chargers. I got the Chargers winning this one 31-24. It's in LA. The Giants are just flat offensively. And also, to keep in mind, if the Chiefs win and the Chargers win, that will set up for a big-time Thursday night showdown next week, because then the Chiefs will be 9-4 and the Chargers will be 8-5. But the Chargers already beat the Chiefs, so if they beat them again, then they'll be first place in the division. And if the Chiefs win, they can just take a 2-game lead in the division and split the head-to-head, which means they may have the tiebreaker. So it's going to set up for a big game. As a Chiefs fan, I'm hoping the Giants can beat the Chargers so the Chiefs have some more breathing room, but I doubt it. But I bet you the Chiefs will beat the crap out of the Raiders, and like I just said, I think the Chargers will beat the Giants. Then the Lions at the Broncos. This is an opportunity for the Lions to build off their win, facing not a weak opponent, but a win. The Broncos are not a weak opponent, don't get me wrong, and they are a good team, but I feel like it's a game the Lions are at least somewhat matched up well against, somewhat. But I still don't think they're going to win it. I got the Broncos winning it 31-23. Then the 49ers at the Bengals, another fun matchup this week. Big game for the 49ers. If they lose this game, I won't say their playoff hopes are over, but it definitely won't look good. And for the Bengals, they're just trying to keep pace for winning the AFC East. Even they do have tiebreaker over the Ravens. This is a big game for both teams. It's in Cincinnati. The Niners usually play not as well when they're traveling out that far east. I got the Bengals winning it 27-24. I'm kind of done picking the 49ers until they do something, because my goodness, I'm getting upset the amount of games that I picked them to win and then they lose it. The Packer game, the Seahawk game, both Cardinal games, the Colts game, both Seahawk games. So it's really pissing me off. So I'm picking the Bengals to get back on track. Then probably the biggest game of the week, maybe Bills and Buccaneers, big time matchup there. It's in Tampa Bay. Buffalo having to go down there. It's an important game for Buffalo, even more so than Tampa. I think if Buffalo loses this game and New England wins, even if New England loses, New England doesn't play this week, but if Buffalo loses this game, the division's officially over for them. If they lose this game, they're 2 games back. Patriots have tiebreaker, 4 games to go. Yeah. If Buffalo loses this game, the division's pretty much over. If it was earlier in the season, then no, 2 games back isn't that big of a deal. But with 4 games to go and they have tiebreaker on you, and the next time you play them is at their house, no, this is a game Buffalo needs to keep pace for the division, and heck, maybe even just to get into the postseason, because it's a tight race. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, they got plenty of breathing room in their division. They got their division wrapped up, so I don't think they have much to worry about in this game other than, you want to win a big game. I got the Buccaneers winning in 34-27. Tom Brady owns the Buffalo Bills, and I don't think much is going to change. I think the Bills offense will do better than they've been doing in recent weeks because they're going up against a weak secondary. But the running game will be non-existent. While I think Tampa's running game with Leonard Fournette and Giovanni Bernard will get going against that Buffalo defense, and with Tre'Davious White out for the year, that's, whoever that fill-in is going to be bullied by Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski. So I think the Buccaneers got that one. And then the Sunday night game, the Bears at the Packers, fun rivalry game. Last time the Packers and Bears played, which was earlier this season at Soldier Field, Aaron Rodgers started yelling at Bears fans, "I own you," which, it's funny because I guess if Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, that means Patrick Mahomes pretty much owns the Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos, because he's pretty much never lost to those teams. He owns the Browns, means he owns the Ravens for the most part, means he owns the 49ers. So, I'm just putting it out there. A lot of guys, quote unquote, can own a team, I guess, if they beat them a lot. But yeah, it's in Lambeau Field. Regardless of who the Bears have quarterbacking, Dalton or Fields, I just don't see them coming out on top. I think they're gonna go into that game and they're gonna play like if it's their Super Bowl. It's in Lambeau. Their season's, the Bears' season's already pretty much over. I think they know that that's the case, and I think they're just playing for pride at this point. So that could make them dangerous, but I think the Packers will win it 27-20. And then the Monday night game, the final game of the week, another awesome matchup. Rams at the Cardinals. This is a must-win game for the Rams if they want to be able to win the NFC West. If they lose it, it's for sure over, because it will then put them 3 games back, and the Cardinals beat them twice, which means the Rams would need to win their last 4 games, and the Cardinals would need to lose their last 4 games. And obviously that's probably not going to happen, so they need to win this game, and even if they do, they'll be split, so I don't know who will have tiebreaker, but they'll still be 1 game back. So, and they're just trying to, keep a spot in the wild card at the very least, which I think they will. But this one's in Arizona. Last time they played, it was in SoFi Stadium, and the Cardinals, I wouldn't say they blew them out, but they definitely dominated the game the most of the way. And by the way, sorry about my voice. I have a little bit of a cold going on, so yeah. But in this one, I got the Cardinals winning it 27-24. It's gonna be an awesome game to see. 2 awesome, good offenses, 2 really good defenses. It should be an awesome matchup to see. Monday Night Football, that may be the best game of the week. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I forgot to mention when I talked about Seahawks, because I want to mention some news as I get to the team the news is about. And for the Seahawks, I forgot to mention Jamal Adams out for the year. Jamal Adams, slightly overpaid safety for the Seahawks, and the Jamal Adams trade has just never been that good of a trade for them since they traded for him from the Jets. But it's better to have him out there than not, and him being out for the year is rough, but their season's pretty much over anyway, so it really doesn't matter in that regard, but you do like to see your star players out there. But other than that, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Tell a friend or family member to subscribe. I want to keep this channel growing. I love making these videos. I hope you guys like watching them, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.